Thanks for coming back for another Pixie Talks review vlog.
Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks. Pixie Talks, reviews and vlogs at Pixie Talks.
Woo! So, I wonder what I should review next. I have a few Kickstarters I need to review, and I also really want to talk about Kubo of the Two Strings. I wonder if... Oh, right. That. Guess you guys have been really waiting for that one, eh? Okay, calm down. I have finally gotten through the Seventh Doctor. Alright, so this has been a long time coming, and it finally concludes my reviews of the classic run of Doctor Who. There is more, of course, but this wraps up the main stuff. The final of the original run of the show, Sylvester McCoy. Now, Sylvester McCoy gets a lot of flack, apparently, and not quite without reason. His run was the Doctor that effectively killed off the show. And although there are several different stories about why exactly the Doctor Who franchise ended after him, at least a significant portion of the blame is generally put on him. So let's have a look at his version of the Doctor. To be perfectly honest, I actually really love his Doctor. This is, to be perfectly frank, almost everything that I want a character like the Doctor to be. His Doctor is smart, conniving, always a few steps ahead of the game, and his stories often include wildly complex planning, chess-like stratagems. He schemes, he's clever. But that kind of strategic planning is not a trait often given to heroes. It's usually a villainous trait. And whenever I see a good character with this sort of personality, I get really excited, since it's usually one of the things I like the most about villains. To picking his companions based on their lineage, all the way to laying out complex, time-spanning traps for the Daleks. He's downright devious, and I absolutely love that about him. Now, unfortunately, his stories are also so very hit and miss that it made for a hard slog trying to get through his run. There is a lot of lackluster, silly, and downright cheesy writing in this particular era of the Doctor, though it is interspersed with some really great episodes. Curse of Fenric is probably one of my absolute favorite Doctor Who episodes yet, and as well as the greatest show in the galaxy particularly shines. I just have to say that the Seventh Doctor ends up being a bit of a mixed bag of good and bad writing. Most of it actually ended up boring me, but when the Doctor starts really showing his skills with manipulation, deception, and elaborate scheming, that's when it starts getting super interesting. Which brings me around to his companion, Ace. Ace is super fun and honestly one of the most delightful companions yet. Now, I took a little while to warm up to her. When she's first introduced, I was rolling my eyes. Oh, look, a hardcore, spunky teenager. Look, she's just so edgy. But she actually ends up going through an awful lot of intense character development. She was a joy to watch bloom into a very complex and well-rounded character. And their interactions are just rather excellent, the Doctor playing the patient mentor to her adolescent delinquent. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the visuals or the effects, as to be perfectly honest, there's not a whole lot of distinction between this era and the previous ones. The show has, by this point, evolved and grown with the times, and when you come to monsters like the Haemivores and the Curse of Fenric, it's pretty much standard 80s fare. I even didn't mind the cheetah people, as silly as they are. They're actually rather cute. What's unfortunate is that this Doctor ended right when he was starting to get good. His rocky and lackluster beginnings had the effect of, I think, killing him off just when he was getting his legs beneath him. There's a lot of very interesting ideas and mythos developed in the later episodes that just don't have a chance to go anywhere due to the cancellation of the series. And I'm so very sorry about that. I think that if it had managed to get more into his Machiavellian scheming and cosmic string pulling, he might have ended up being my absolute favorite Doctor out of all of them. Anyways, this particular era strikes me as just very cheesy 80s sci-fi, which isn't necessarily a horrible thing, but it just doesn't age quite as gracefully as some of the other eras of the show. And there you have it! The whole classic run of the Doctor Who franchise. Wait, what do you mean Peter Cushing played the Doctor in a couple of Doctor Who movies? Peter Cushing?
Perhaps she would respond to an alternative form of persuasion.
Well, I'm gonna have to see that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please do be sure to subscribe for more. You can also add me on Facebook and Twitter. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!